Welcome back to my channel, YouTube. Listen, today I got a great technique in store for you today. Check this out. You ever had a fruit roll-up when you were a little kid? And the thing is I didn't know what I know now, but the problem with fruit roll-ups is every time you eat them, you really don't taste the fruit. You taste fake fruit and sugar and sweetness. And I've got a technique today to show you how to get the absolute freshest tasting fruit roll-up on the planet, okay? Super simple. It's a really good technique I learned back in the day. I don't know exactly where it originated from, but the thing is with any fruit roll-up, you have to cook the fruit. You have to cook it to a certain temperature to activate the pectin and also to activate the natural pectin in the fruit. But what you end up with is just sweet notes and cooked fruit. And the problem is you don't get the nuance of fresh fruit. So I've got a technique today that will show you how to make a fruit roll-up without cooking it. Let's go.
Okay fam, we're gonna jump right in. Listen to what I'm telling you, this is so easy, you have to try it. So I have my raspberries and I have my peaches here, and I just want to go over the ingredients real quick because I want to explain this. And here's the trick to all this. This is called freezer pectin, and basically it sets the fruit no matter what type of fruit it is. And here's a little bit of sugar that I'm going to mix with that. But I mean, it's super easy, and this is honestly a really good way to make a fresh fruit jam. Right now, honestly, I'm making fruit roll-ups, but you're more than welcome to make a fresh fruit jam and then just store it in the fridge, and it's good, to 7 to 10 days, and then also you can freeze it. But again, just like I was saying, the reason why I like using the freezer pectin is because, you get that fresh fruit flavor. So all we're gonna do is, this is a pro tip right here. You see that line that runs down stone fruit? What you wanna do is follow that line all the way down, and you won't hit the stone because the stone is more of like an oval shape, and just go with your knife right down. That's how you clean stone fruit. So from here, it gets really easy. All we're gonna do is juice all of this. So now don't be scared. There's a lot of fruit here, but you're only gonna get a little amount of juice. So here's the thing. You're gonna go through the juicer. I'm speeding up this process because all I'm doing is juicing it. And then after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get it set up with at least 7 layers of cheesecloth. And sorry, I'm just getting closer to the mic. We're going to get cheesecloth set up, and I'm just using my blender as a container because it has a handle and it's easier for the chinois to sit in there. So you will see that coming up. I'm just preparing you for it. But we're making the juice here. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing a big batch because you don't want any heat to happen, okay? Because you want to keep the aroma nice and fresh. But as you can see, I'm trying to maximize the amount of juice that I'm getting out of here. Now with this fruit, obviously I didn't get that much, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the extra step and put it through this this cheesecloth chinois setup. Okay, if you don't have one of these in your kitchen, you need to get one. I'm telling you, it's worth it. And it doesn't have to be this big. You should just get a small one. But basically what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to take this cheesecloth and I'm going to squeeze the rest of the juice out. And this is not a fast process, so don't try to rush it because you don't want to get any solids in the fruit roll-up. I'm telling you, it's just not pleasant. But what you can do is you can take that fruit and you can use it for something else. I gave it to my piggy, so that was my outlet, but you can do whatever you want with it. So as you can see, this is what I'm doing. And now what we're going to do next is we need to remove the air bubbles from this. So I'm using a cryovac machine. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the liquid inside a vacuum seal bag, and then I'm going to remove the oxygen, which in turn removes most of the air bubbles. And you don't have to do this part. I am, and just because I have the equipment, but if you were going to do this a different way, just let the liquid sit for a little bit, okay? And then that way the air bubbles will dissipate. But that's pretty much it. And so basically once I get that cryovac, I move on to my next step. And again, you don't have to do this. It just makes it a lot easier. As you can see, it removes most of the air, and it's just because I'm filming, it's late night, I'm trying to get this done quick, but it's not a necessary step. You can still make beautiful fruit roll-ups without that step, all right? So it gets really easy from here. Sugar and the pectin. I mix these two powders together so that way it's even when it mixes with the fruit. Now, adjust your sugar level to the fruit that you have. If you have really ripe fruit, then you're not going to need that much sugar. If you have, less ripe fruit, then you're going to need a little bit more sugar. You're going to have to help it out a little bit, just for balanced, okay? And I will leave all the measurements down in the description. Now, again, this was specific to raspberries, and the peaches I have are super sweet, okay? So, again, we'll just speed this up, but yeah, so pretty much that's it. We're done. Literally let this sit for a half an hour and you're ready to make fruit roll-ups, fresh fruit roll-ups, which are different. I think they're really good. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I actually make the fruit roll-up. So two things. You don't need a dehydrator. You can actually get away with an oven, but it's just going to be a less cooked time. I'm using a dehydrator sheet. I'll leave that link down below. And I actually love these because they're non-stick, and you're just guaranteed a perfect product. Now, in the restaurant, we use acetate, which is a plastic film that makes it super shiny. But I'm at my house, and this dehydrator sheet is going to do just fine. If you don't have a dehydrator sheet, then use a Silpat, but you will get the imprint. And if you're okay with that, then it's totally fine. I would not suggest using plastic wrap or parchment paper, so don't even try it. You want to invest in either a Silpat or one of these dehydrator sheets. Now, the reason why I put it in a dehydrator is because I can go at a lower temperature, in turn not cooking the fruit. But if you're using your regular home oven, then you want to just put it in the oven and have some sort of airflow and just let it dry out. Or you can put it on your counter. Make sure it's not in a area where there's pet hair, because that will stick into the fruit roll up. So you can just let these dry naturally, or you can just bump them in the oven. I wouldn't suggest anything higher than 130 degrees though. Okay, at that point you will start cooking the fruit. From there, I'm just spreading it out just like this. It's super easy to do. And honestly, you don't have to be, I'm special. I like to make things perfect. So I'm doing this multiple times, but honestly, it will settle. You don't have to do this. You could also use a spatula to spread it out, but then boom, look at this. Here we go. Got a couple air bubbles from on the back. If you saw that, it's from the fan. That part was close to the dehydrator, and obviously I didn't see it, but honestly, it's still good. Like there's no issues, right? Like my kids are just going to love it. And also, if you dehydrate it a little bit too much, it's not a problem. It's not the end of the world. All you do, if it's crispy, like this part is right here, all you do is just let it sit at room temp for a few hours, and you will see it'll soften right up. The edges were crispy, but the inside is really good. Listen, this is a really good technique. I'm telling you, if you're a chef in a restaurant and this garnished on a pastry dish, it's amazing. Now, here's another pro tip. If you add a little bit of oil to the fruit leather roll up, it won't stick in your teeth so much. But then you also add fat to your fruit, and honestly, that's completely up to you, but at the same time, it won't stick to your teeth as much. And I thought that was a good trick. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go ahead and close it out now.
Fresh fruit roll up. Just to summarize, the reason why I like this technique is because you get a fruit roll-up that actually tastes delicious, right? All the other ones are just too sweet, right? This one, you can actually taste the raspberry, you can actually taste the peach. I didn't put that much sugar in there, it's very low sugar, but it's just fresher, it's better, it's unique, it's different. But what's even cooler is you can take this and dehydrate it all the way, and you can make a chip for a garnish on a dessert. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please smash that like. You know the drill. I hate to have to ask every video, but it just, it really helps me out. So I'll see you next week.